Good evening and welcome to Village Hall. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome to the first November board meeting. We will go through the agenda, then have board reports, and then open it up for questions, comments, and concerns from residents. But before we start, is there anyone here at Village Hall or on Zoom that has any questions or comments specific to the agenda? Only anyone on Zoom? No. No, Ms. Walsh, if you could lead us through the agenda.
Thank you, Mayor Fitzgerald. I would ask the board to approve the regular board of trustees minutes held on Tuesday, October 17, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion's carried.
We ask the board to approve the schedule of accounts payable as follows. General fund, $2,011,886.57. Full fund, $3,418.92. Capital fund, $18,048.11, for a grand total of $2,033,353.60.
I'll vote for the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
And Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye.
I would ask the board to approve or ratify the request to use public facilities subject to receipt of certificate of insurance and staff permanently if applies as presented.
I'll open it. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion's carried.
I would ask the board to authorize the presented refund requests.
I'll offer that resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
And Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye.
I would ask the board to adopt a presented resolution relating to personnel matters.
I'll offer that resolution.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
And Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye.
I would ask the board to introduce the proposed local law number 3 of 2023 entitled a local law adding section 55-2.1 to the Code of the Incorporated Village of Floral entitled enumeration of prohibited noises.
I'll offer the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye.
I would ask the board to determine that a proposed local law number 3 of 2023 entitled a local law adding section 55-2.1 enumeration of prohibited noises will not have a significant effect on the environment and is a type 2 action as that term is defined in secret.
I'll offer it. I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye. Did we set a date for that hearing yet? No.
November 21st.
Okay, thank you.
I would ask the board to approve and authorize the mayor or village administrator to sign the presented agreements or proposals as presented.
I'll offer it. Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
And Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye.
I would ask the board to waive all parking meter fees in small business Saturday, November 25th, 2023, in business districts throughout the village.
I'll offer that resolution and just mention that our businesses and our residents are extremely happy that the villages do that each year.
I'll second it.
Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Plavano.
Aye.
Trustee Chair.
Aye.
Trustee Stewart.
Aye.
Trustee Longbody.
Aye.
And Mayor Fitzgerald.
Aye. Thank you very much. And with that, we'll turn to board reports and we'll start with Deputy Mayor Dr. Lynn Plavano.
Thank you. Good evening. First, I'll start with our police department. October ended with our police department's participation in 3 annual village events, all on the same weekend, Saturday and Sunday, October 28th and 29th. Radigan's Run, sponsored by our Knights of Columbus organization, honors our beloved former mayor, Deputy James or Jim Radigan, a great man of Floral Park, a very special night's organization, a beautiful sunny day, hundreds of enthusiastic runners, a cheering crowd, and our dedicated police officers supporting it all. Almost at the same time, the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day was taking place at police headquarters. 3 large boxes of unused, expired, and possibly dangerous drugs were taken to the police department for their appropriate and safe disposal. Thanks to the Floral Park Lions Club and President Terry Whalen for joining the event to distribute important health and wellness information and resources published by Lions Clubs International and other health-related agencies. The next day, families returned to the police department for the Halloween roll call, even though it rained quite a bit. Dozens of children came in their best police officer costume finery, including a few detectives too. Joining the event were 2 Nassau County Police Department mounted unit officers, Vasquez and Shea, riding their police horses, also known as 10-foot police officers, Death and Valor. They were incredible, very impressive to our children. A guided tour of one of our police cars, siren included, was another highlight, followed by a goodie bag with police badges and other special items. Lots of smiles even in the rain, and thanks to Lieutenant Doherty for coordinating these 2 weekend events, and Officers Kelly and Monahan for joining in the fun, and thank you FPPD for your service to our village. For our Conservation Society, October came to a joyful end at Centennial Gardens and Bird Sanctuary. Over 470 fairies and their families were amazed and awed at the sunshine glow of the fairy villages at the FPCS, Floral Park Conservation Society, Fairy Forest Festival. Our tiny fairy villages included intricate leprechaun, Halloween, artist, music, school, bakery, diamond mine, fishing villages, and other favorites, all accompanied by wondrous stories told by dozens of imaginative fairy volunteers. Another festival treat was the first annual Family Fairy House Challenge, and you'll be hearing more about that. Meanwhile, great appreciation goes to Dominic McCartan, the master artist and creator of the fairy villages, our fearless fairy leaders, Ann Moyna, Christy Reisig, and Marina Haran, our twinkling fairy lights technician, FPCS President Dennis McHenry, our Parks Department working with Superintendent Kurt Mayford, who restored our storm-drenched gardens to its autumn splendor, and our 51 dedicated FPCS and community volunteers who made the fairy villages come to life for another best day in Floral Park. Wow. Beautifying the gardens the first Saturday of every month, rain or shine, has been our hardworking FPCS volunteer, Rich Burgess, and his helpers. For November's final weed out of the season, Mr. Burgess's crowd of helpers outdid themselves and included FPCS board members, community volunteers, students from Floral Park Memorial and Sewanaka High School, working with teacher Mrs. Diane Ventura, and Boy Scout Troop Number 4. It was great seeing them all there. We are now getting ready to close the gardens for the season on Sunday, November 26th. You can still visit to experience Autumn in the Gardens daily during our new hours, now 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And for our chambers of commerce and our businesses, congratulations go to Bill Barry, owner of Uptown Taco on Tulip Avenue. Bill is the recipient of the Floral Park Chamber of Commerce Business Person of the Year Award, which was presented to him at the Nassau Council of Chambers annual legislative breakfast at the Crest Hollow Country Club in Woodbury. The event was attended by Chambers of Commerce members from all over Nassau County, leaders in business and government, and Bill's proud family and Floral Park Chamber colleagues. Be sure to stop in Uptown Taco to applaud Bill and enjoy a tasty taco while you're there. And here are some fun facts we all learned about our Bill Barry. He's a native Floral Parker, which we all knew, and a former teacher in the New York City schools. But everyone knows he's always been a highly motivated food connoisseur. The holidays will be here before we know it. Our Chambers of Commerce are getting ready with their tree lighting planning. Save the dates: Friday evening, December 1st for the Floral Park Tree Lighting and Festival, and Saturday afternoon and evening, December 9th, the next week, for the Covert Avenue Tree Lighting. Celebrate local in Floral Park and Stewart Manor. And then there's always Shop and Dine local on the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend in Floral Park and Stewart Manor. All parking meter fees, you just heard, will be waived in our business districts on Saturday, November 25th make your parking experience free and easy. And just a thank you to all of our Floral Park residents for, as always, making Halloween such a special month-long treat for our children. All the houses look so beautiful with the sparkling arms, lights, and decorations. And I think everybody made Halloween just a great holiday for our children here in Floral Park. And thanks to all of you in Floral Park for doing that.
Thank you. Trustee Chiara.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody. The library will be having its annual Food for Fines program beginning November 1st and running through November. The library will waive overdue fines up to $5 per cardholder for donations of food items to be donated to the OLV food pantry. Even if you don't have any overdue books, food donations are welcome and will be collected at the library. On Thursday, November 9th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Empire Safety Council is conducting a 6-hour defensive driving course at the library. The fee for the course is $30. In-person registration is required, and for additional information, contact the Adult Reference Desk at 516-326-6330. Also on November 9th, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., the library is having a nutritionist and diabetes educator, Marie Ruggles, speak on how to combat viruses with nutrition prescription. Marie will explain how to increase your resistance and the exact steps to take when you feel like something is coming on. There's also a new arrival in the Library of Things at the library. An American Mahjong set is now available to patrons. Patrons can sign up the game for up to a 2-week period and learn how to play the game or just enjoy playing the game itself. There is instruction manual in the kit so you can learn how to play the game. Check the library's website for the events that are scheduled for the month of November and months to come. There are quite a few on the list. For our fire department, the fire department, along with the NTA, the Nassau County Fire officials, and a number of other neighboring fire departments, are planning a fire drill simulating a vehicle being struck by a train and a vehicle being pushed along the train tracks on the Hempstead line. Actors will be on the out-of-service train simulating injuries. The responding fire departments will respond to address this accident, handle the injuries on the train, in the vehicle, and put out any fires that might take place. This reality-based training drill will take place on Sunday, November 19th, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Train service on the Hempstead branch may be suspended during the drill. Residents in the area of this drill will be notified that this drill is taking place. These drills once again demonstrate the amount of training our volunteer fire and rescue personnel perform to ensure their readiness to be able to address a major incident like this if it should occur. Thank you to all of them for the service to our community.
Thank you, Trustee Chair. Trustee Stewart?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to start by congratulating our varsity soccer team with our Park Memorial. Your undefeated regular season, although the playoffs did not end the way you would have liked, an undefeated regular season is an accomplishment to be proud of. I would also like to wish the varsity football team from Park Memorial much luck as they take on Wandsworth Friday at 4 at Hofstra in the semifinals. For our 4 Village Studios, some programming highlights for this week are the antique broadcast with Walter Godson. Catch Walter as he explores vintage hubcaps. West Houston presents the Charles Bonasora Trio and their instrumental jazz from the real book, and inspiring stories by Bill Corbett Jr., Cause of War, placing shelter dogs with military veterans. For our DPW crews are out daily collecting leaves on village roads. We ask residents to not lay leaves into the street, but to place them out for collection on your scheduled yard waste day. Crews continue to sweep streets and maintain village buildings and parks. The upgrade of the Lovely Walnut Park is finished, complete with texts and emails from Peace residents. Village tree trimming is ongoing, and if you would like a tree planted on your property, please call DPW at 516-326-6320 to make that request. Our sanitation department collected 35 tons of household waste, 18 tons of bulk rubbish, 10 tons of paper, and 5 tons of commingled plastics and glass. Finally, DPW crews finished hanging our village's amazing veterans banners. I am so grateful to village clerk, Mrs. Susan Walsh, for her dedication to this project, along with the care and the respect that the banners were hung by our DPW crews. For the railroad, work has begun on the Tunnel Street Safety Project. This weekend also saw some work using a large crane along the Hempstead Bridge. As the Long Island Railroad notifies us of work they are doing, we disseminate that information to residents via our website, social media, and email blasts. If you do not receive village emails, I encourage you to sign up via the village website or email any board member for assistance. These emails are filled with valuable information. Additionally, we continue to advocate for the MTA Long Island Railroad to execute its end of the MOU for the third track project. Finally, I look forward to seeing many residents along the Veterans Day Parade route along Tulip Avenue and in Memorial Park this Saturday, November 11th, as the village, along with the American Legion, pay tribute to our military heroes. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Stewart. Trustee Longbody.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody. For our building department, Centennial Hall property site has been approved by the county with development plans to start foundation work before the end of the year, and its construction timeline is approximately 1 year. County approval is still pending for COVID Avenue property. The foundation work is expected to start late fall, early winter once approved. 266 Sheriff Turnpike is still being assessed by engineers, and design plans to move forward are being developed and reviewed. Congratulations to Gyro Village. They recently opened and are getting great reviews. The pizza bar and Haagen-Dazs are all moving forward at various stages. The village has also received inquiries of possible businesses for other vacant storefronts. More to follow on these. As a reminder to all commercial property owners and tenants, any new business or change in ownership requires a business registration as well as a sign permit if applicable. Information forms can be obtained from the building department or online at fpvillage.org. Please do not hesitate to contact the building department. They provide wealth of information and valuable help in guiding you through compliance with codes and laws. For our pool and recreation center, our fall leagues are slowly coming to an end. This week, the new kickball league will have its championship games, and the Titans football will wrap up the season. The youth football league is still going strong, as well as the spring Eagles hockey. Tuesday's beautiful weather saw one last flurry of activity in the park. Those who were fortunate enough to have off for election day were able to enjoy a nice warm day at the park with their kids. Winter rising has started, and this coming Monday, winter hours will start with the park closing at 4:30 each day. Our annual recreation center tree lighting is scheduled on Friday, December 8th. More details to follow. And for the town village, after estimating the debating committee of ASMAC, the next meeting will be Monday, November 27th at Hempstead Town Hall on Washington Street in Hempstead. If you'd like to file a noise complaint, please call 1-800-225-1071 or go to the village website and click the link to file a noise complaint. Thank you tonight.
Thank you, Trustee Longbody. Just a couple quick things for my report. Both Trustee Chiara and Trustee Stewart mentioned the Long Island Railroad. We do still continue to have an open dialogue with the railroad on trying to tie up a good number of loose ends from the third track, and hopefully we can put a bunch of those things to rest shortly. And just want to thank them for continuing to work with us and try to get to this final couple of things resolved. With regards to the military banners, once again, I don't think I specifically thanked DPW. We did hear from a number of residents the care they've taken, like Trustee Stewart mentioned, hanging those banners. It was probably a labor of love for them to do it, and I thank them for that. And I'll thank them in advance for having to take them down and then put them back up again in the spring. We're still getting a number of great stories coming in. And, just kudos for the whole program. A recent story was Ms. Walsh called me up a couple of weeks ago and said that there was a banner for a Joseph E. Fitzgerald from the Fitzgerald family. And that is, or was, my father's name. But that's not my banner that's hanging up on Tulip Avenue. There is another gentleman, Anthony Fitzgerald, that lives on Tulip Avenue, and a great story. His dad served in on a minesweeper in the Pacific during World War II, and he also was able to, I don't know if able is the right word, but he was also a part of the crew that went to Japan right after the bombs were dropped. So pretty great story to hear, and we thank Mr. Joseph Fitzgerald for his service during World War II. And lastly, I'd like to thank Brandon Duffy for being on from Blank Slate Media and to continuing covering all that happens in Floral Park. And with that, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.